Hello, you guys. Let's talk about solving two-step equations. Okay, now to solve two-step equations, there are going to be two numbers that we have to destroy. Now, do you remember the stair steps from GEMDAS where we would always, when we were simplifying, we would do anything inside the grouping symbols first, and then we would do any exponents second, then we would multiply or divide anything from left to right, and the last thing we would do is add or subtract from left to right. Well, now when we're solving equations, we actually climb up the stairs, okay? So the first thing we have to do is destroy any adding or subtracting that we see, and the second thing we do is we destroy any multiplying or dividing that we see. All right, let's take a look over here at letter A. 2x minus 3 equals 5. Well, the first thing I want you to do is just write the equation exactly like you see it. And then with your red pen, I would add a line and change the sign in front of the 3. So I wrote the equation again. 2x plus negative 3 equals 5. Now, grab your red pen and circle the variable and bring down the wall. So here's the deal. I see adding negative 3 and I see multiplying by 2. Well, remember, look over here. We have to destroy the adding or subtracting first. So let's say we're going to destroy the adding negative 3 first. That means I have to add positive 3 to destroy it. And remember, whatever I do on one side of the wall, I have to copy on the other side of the wall. So this time we're going to let the 2x come down safely. Okay, I just drop it down. And then negative 3 plus positive 3 destroyed each other. So you can cross them off. They became 0. Let your equal sign slide down, and then 5 plus 3 became 8. So now we have 2x equals 8. So again, I want you to circle your variable and bring down the wall. And this time, look at the circle. I see multiplying by 2 touching the circle. Well, the only way to destroy multiplying by 2 is to divide by 2. So whatever I do on one side of the wall, I have to do on the other side of the wall. So remember, 2 divided by 2 makes that giant invisible 1. Let the x come down, let the equal sign come down, and then 8 divided by 2 would just give you 4. So our answer is x equals 4. Okay, you guys, let's talk about B. 5x plus 1 equals 26. So write it exactly like they give it to you, and then with your red pen, circle the variable, bring down the wall. Now take a look at what's touching the circle. I see adding 1 and multiplying by 5. Remember, we have to destroy the adding or subtracting first. So the only way to destroy adding 1 is to subtract 1. And so whatever I do on one side of the wall, I have to copy on the other side of the wall. So let's bring down the 5x, just let it come straight down. Positive 1 plus negative 1 destroy each other. You can cross them out. They became 0. Let the equal sign slide straight down the wall. And then 26 minus 1 gives you 25. So now we have 5x equals 25. So with your red pen, circle the variable and bring down the wall again. And look at what's touching the circle. I see multiplying by 5 touching the circle. Well, the only way to destroy multiplying by 5 is to divide by 5. So let's divide by 5 on both sides of the wall, and then let's simplify. 5 divided by 5 creates that giant invisible 1 in front of the x, and then let the x slide down, let the equal sign slide down, and 25 divided by 5 gives us 5. So our solution is x equals 5. Okay, you can just skip example 2, so if you want to lightly exit out, that's fine with me. Okay, take a look at example 3. We have x over 5 minus 11 equals 4. So I wrote it exactly like they gave it to me in the margin. Now with my red, I added a line and changed the sign in front of the 11. So now write it again. You get x over 5 plus negative 11 equals 4. Okay, so with your red pen, circle the variable and bring down the wall. And you should see two things touching the circle. You should see adding negative 11 touching the circle and also dividing by 5. Remember, we have to destroy the adding or subtracting first. So let's get rid of that negative 11. So the only way to get rid of adding negative 11 is to add positive 11 to it. So whatever I do on one side of the wall, I have to copy on the other side of the wall. So bring down the x over 5. Just let it slide straight down. Negative 11 plus positive 11 destroy each other. So cross them out. They became 0. Let the equal sign slide down. And then 4 plus 11 made 15. Okay, so now we have x over 5 equals 15. And so with your red pen, okay, Fiona wants to help us do this right now. She wants to help. Okay, so with your red pen, circle the variable and bring down the wall underneath the equal sign. Now remember, the trick is look at what's touching the circle. I see dividing by 5 is touching the circle. The only way to destroy dividing by 5 is to multiply by 5. So whatever I do on one side of the wall, I have to copy over here on the other side of the wall. Alright, so remember the 5's cancel each other out and create that invisible 1 right here. Let the let the x slide down, let the equal sign come down, and then 15 times 5, of course, is 75. So our solution is x equals 75. Okay, now it would be great for you to try the guided practice on your own before you listen to me explain it. But if you need help, of course, listen to me explain it. So look at number 2. I have 17 equals 10 plus a over 2. So the first thing I did was I wrote it out with my pencil, okay? And then grab your red pen and I want you to circle the variable, the a, and bring your wall down, all right? Now look at what's touching the circle. I see adding 10 is touching the circle and dividing by 2 is touching the circle. Well, remember, we have to destroy the adding or subtracting first. So I have to destroy that adding 10 first. So I'm going to subtract 10 to get rid of it. Whatever I do on one side of the wall, I have to do on the other side of the wall. Okay, now we simplify. So 17 minus 10 gave me 7. I let the equal sign come down. Positive 10 plus negative 10 destroy each other. So you can cross it out. They become 0. And I let the a over 2 come straight down. All right. Now grab your red pen again. And I want you to circle the variable, bring down the wall. So now look at what's touching the circle. I see dividing by 2 touching the circle. The only way to get rid of dividing by 2 is to multiply by 2. So whatever I do on one side, I copy over here on the other side. And now I simplify. 2 times 7 gives me 14. I let the equal sign come down. The 2's cancel each other out and they make an invisible 1. And then let the a come down. So we get a equals 14. All right, take a look at number 3. I have y over 3 minus 1 equals 9. Well, with my red, I added a line and changed the sign. I also circled my variable, and I brought down the wall. Now, look at what's touching the circle. I see dividing by 3 touching the circle. I see adding negative 1 touching the circle. Remember, we have to destroy the adding or subtracting first. So let's get rid of that negative 1. So we're going to add positive 1 on both sides of the wall first. So let the y over 3 slide down. Negative 1 plus positive 1 destroy each other. They became 0. Let the equal sign come down. And then 9 plus 1 gave us 10. So we have y over 3 equals 10. Now circle your variable with your red and bring the wall down. Now look at what's touching the circle. I have dividing by 3 touching the circle. The only way to destroy it is to multiply by 3 on both sides of the wall. Okay, and now we simplify. The 3's cancel. They create a giant invisible 1 down here. And then let the y come down, let the equal sign come down, and 10 times 3 gives us 30. So y equals 30 is a solution. Take a look at number 4. I have negative 8x plus 5 equals 29. So I circle the variable, I bring down the wall. Now I see adding 5 is touching the circle, and we have to destroy the adding or subtracting first. So I'm going to subtract 5 on both sides of the wall first. So I bring down my negative 8x, okay? And then a positive 5 plus a negative 5 destroy each other. Bring down the equal sign, and 29 minus 5 gives us 24. Now I'm going to circle my variable, bring down the wall. See, this negative 8 is being multiplied, okay? So the only way to destroy the negative 8 being multiplied is to divide by negative 8 on both sides of the wall. Divide by negative 8. Now here's the deal. You got to remember, we're trying to create a giant invisible positive 1. So that's why these have to match. Negative 8 divided by negative 8 makes a positive 1. Let the x come down, let the equal sign come down, and 24 divided by negative 8 makes negative 3. So our solution is x equals negative 3. All right, take a look at the last one, number 5. 2 equals 11 minus t. So there's something I got to do right away with my red pen. Remember, when a variable is all by itself, put that giant 1 in front so you can see it. And of course, when you see subtraction, add a line and change the sign. So this equation is 2 equals 11 plus negative 1t. All right, now circle your variable and bring down the wall with your red. And then take a look at what's being added. I see adding 11. That's what I have to destroy. So I'm going to subtract 11 on both sides of my wall. All right, 2 plus negative 11 makes negative 9. And then I let the equal sign come down. Positive 11 plus negative 11 destroy each other. They became 0. And then I let the negative 1t come straight down. So we have negative 9 equals negative 1t. Now with my red, I circled the variable and I brought down the wall. Now take a look at this. I see negative 1 that's being multiplied by t. Well, remember, the only way to destroy multiplication is to use division. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. All right? And then we simplify. Negative 9 divided by negative 1 makes positive 9. Let the equal sign come down. A negative 1 divided by negative 1 makes positive 1, and that's the invisible 1 in front of the variable. And then let the t come down. So this solution is t equals 9.